My name is Chris Campbell. I'm a practicing CPA, and I work with small businesses and individuals to help them pay the least amount of taxes possible while keeping them out of jails. Today, I wanted to talk about some news I've been reading about. It's pretty popular in pop culture right now, Envy. And apparently his real estate business partner recently was arrested for a wire fraud. And it's been alleged that he's been operating a real estate Ponzi scheme. This actually hits home a little bit for me because I know a person or two that has been swindled or making claims that they've been swindled. They're claiming to be a victim. So I know one or two of them. I know they're not clients. No clients of mine has been involved with this. But and second, where they're based out of, I'm in New Jersey, and where they operate or where these properties were actually not too far from me. In fact, it's actually in my birth town, Paterson, New Jersey, and spent the first couple of years of my life there. So the situation, it hits home a bit, only because there's some familiarity there from a couple of angles. It's still hard to believe that, at least with the allegations, we don't know, as they always say, innocent until proven guilty. And from some of the allegations that I've been reading about, hearing about, watching about, I have a hard time believing that folks were putting in money based upon some of the claims that were being made. I read in the lawsuit or the statement that this gentleman, Caesar, was offering 20 to 30 to 40% returns on invested money within less than a year. And that's where my intent goes up when we hear that. And I'm surprised that people still went forward with it after hearing those type of things, because if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. This has been proven time and time again. Folks need to stop with the whole get rich quick or quick flip. That doesn't work too often. Maybe it worked in crypto for a little bit until it crashed. The most thing I can think about there is selling weight. And that usually doesn't have a good ending for you. So the whole quick flip thing rarely works. We got to get back to putting in time and work. But outside of all that, when you're hearing numbers like that, just to kind of give you an idea, the stock market doesn't even return that much in most years. The average on the stock market is like 7%. So when you're hearing those sorts of numbers, you got to stop and pause. Now, the biggest thing people need to think about, and for those who are not familiar with real estate investing, apparently folks would invest the money they need it for the project, and they would flip it, use the capital, and I guess that's where these returns were coming from. But folks, you need to realize that there are companies out here, the technical name for them are hard money lenders. There are companies out here, hard money lenders, that they are in business for the sole purpose of lending money to real estate projects for flips. That's all they do all day. They market their services and have real estate developers and investors come to them and borrow money. These lenders were offering money at 8, maybe 10%, on the high end, 12% annually. If you have these professional companies out here that are willing to give you millions of dollars for 10, 12%, why would someone who is so experienced offer 30? And that's in 3 months. So we're talking about APRs here, annual percentage rate. If someone's telling you, hey, look, I got 20, 30% for you in 3 months, when you annualize that to an APR, that's like 100 and some odd percent. Why would an experienced investor make those kind of payout returns when you can just go to a professional company and get for that same money, if not more, a 10% APR? I'm sure people are not necessarily aware of this or able to put that together, but I wanted to educate folks about that. Just knowing that if it's too good to be true, it probably is. But also understand that if someone is really experienced at doing this, whether it be development or whatever other business, there's usually folks out there that'll fund whatever they need, assuming they're legitimate. So that will have checks and balances in place so that this craziness doesn't happen, at least what is allegedly happened going forward. You just have to think about it if it makes sense. If you are going to get into what I call investments and put monies in projects and you don't want to get involved with swinging a hammer or doing any building, there are real estate crowdfunding platforms. I don't want to sit here and endorse any of them because I've never personally been on them, but they're out there where you put your money in, they invest in these projects and you have a small share of it. I think one is called Crowdrise, I think. But again, I'm not endorsing them. You can just do your research on it, real estate crowdfunding, platforms. And that's a way that you can participate in real estate investing on a passive level. Another way you can do it is on the regular stock market called REITs, real estate investment trusts. They go and invest in malls and choose projects. I can guarantee they're not out here talking about 30% return, but these are the ways that you can go if you want to passively invest in real estate safely. Look into those things going forward. If someone's telling you something that's too good to be true, it probably is. You also have to look at it from the standpoint of, if you're going to give someone money, how does it make sense for you? And how does it make sense for them? So you're hearing someone's going to give you 30% in 3 months. Does it make sense for them to give you 30% for 3 months on this so-called project? Chances are, if you sat down and you thought about it and figured it out, probably see that it wouldn't have. You just got to think a little deeper when you're looking at quote unquote alternative investments, and know that there are safer ways, more platform ways to get involved in those sorts of projects or investments. So that's all for now. Hope this helped. If you have questions about this or any other tax or accounting related questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help. I'll talk to you in the next one.